Welcome to this week's Weekly Outlook, where we bring you the latest news impacting your workplace. I'm Catherine Boudreaux, here with Jeremy Mancheski again this week to bring you the latest happenings that you need to know. So tell us, Jeremy, what should we know about what happened last week and where you see this impacting us this week?
Well, Catherine, we do have quite a few things going on this week, more than I thought in preparing for this week's episode. Of course, we know we have the EO1 uh, period that should be opening up later this week. In fact, May 20th. That's going to be an important marker. We've covered this in some past episodes. The EO1 is effectively a 40 plus year unbroken line of data collection from the federal government. While we weren't sure how that would go this year, at least as of now, it appears that period's going to open on May 20. So be prepared. Very important to get that done, and EEOC has been very careful to suggest there won't be an extension. So past the, I believe it's June 24th deadline, got to get that done. So it's a fairly narrow window. Get that working. Speaking of EEOC, uh, going back even a week ago, the EEOC could have very limited authority in putting out new regulations, passing laws, doing anything really in terms of even guidance. And why? Well, because they didn't have a quorum. They didn't have enough EEOC commissioners. Well, this past week, Brittany Panuccio was nominated by the Trump administration to be the newest EEOC chair. That will allow for a quorum, which means potentially some rulemaking. Specifically, what we're looking for is the Executive Order 14173, guidance on that executive order. That, of course, is the executive order rescinding 11246, the affirmative action obligations. We're hoping to see some guidance on non-discrimination in employment. Specifically, how might that be analyzed, certification, et cetera. And we think that this is a positive development to getting some guidance for the contractor community. And speaking of the federal contractor community, there are of course changes to posting requirements. As you may know, OutSolve also is in the poster business by way of ownership of Labor Law Center and Federal Wage and Labor Law Institute. So our customers are kept abreast of changes in the posting requirements. There, as you might suspect, everything else in labor and employment law continues to change. Well, so do posting requirements, particularly for federal contractors. Pay transparency, non-discrimination notice is no longer required. And Executive Order 14026, the federal contractor minimum wage notice, actually change. It reverts back to what it was, which is, I believe, 1330. The Biden administration had raised that minimum wage, and now the Trump administration is taking it back to where it was. So that does change your posting requirements. So in your break room, on your bulletin boards, all those posters now need to be changed. Ask your OutSolve consultant. We could certainly help you gather that. In fact, Catherine, you spend a lot of time working with customers on these complex changes in how to implement and products and services to address that. Let's see. I continue to mention Form I-9 because we know immigration is a big focus here. Please, please, please continue to look at I-9, your I-9 process. Very important. Last item from me, I will be at the Direct Employers DeemCon next week, doing a presentation on OFCCB compliance, latest at EEOC, all the changes we've seen over the last several months with this new administration and the impact. So please come introduce yourselves if you happen to be there in Scottsdale next week.
Thank you so much for everything you're doing to keep us informed. We do have some live events, as Jeremy just mentioned. We will be at DeemCon on May 21st through the 23rd, and at the SHRM Annual Conference June 29th through July 2nd. As always, continue the conversation in HR Gumbo, our Slack community built specifically for HR professionals. You can hear what other HR professionals have to say about these topics and more. Visit outsolve.com/HRG-city to join today. We'll see you again next week.